If everybody is prepared for war, then it is war coming. That's what we think. So what we need then is an international order that would guarantee more stability, global stability and security. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our headquarters. When I received the letter from the UK Embassy about your willingness to visit us, the letter immediately caught my attention as a great opportunity of developing a potentially very, very useful and strategic networking between Indonesia and various countries that you represent. Because you come from various very important countries around the world, and Indonesia obviously has a great interest in having cooperation with all your countries in managing or navigating, the global dynamics that we are seeing nowadays is becoming maybe more and more uneasy to manage. So I contacted our Ministry of Defense, Indonesian Ministry of Defense, informing them about the visit, and the ministry also was very interested in joining with us, welcoming our guests from the Royal College, and they sent delegates of representatives, led by Brigadier General Erlangga here, and two representatives from each of each of the branch of our military. 2 persons from the Army, 2 persons from the Navy, and 2 persons from the Air Force, and all of them are, in the grade of colonels. So you're meeting your fellow, So Nahdlatul Ulama was established in 1926, almost 1 century ago. Actually, according to the Islamic calendar, it's already 1 century. So, and it was established by Indonesian ulamas back then. Indonesia was not even yet, founded, but the ulamas back then were already watching the global dynamics that was happening, and they were seeing that back then that a global scale civilizational change is coming. And the ulamas here in Indonesia or in the East Indies, which, in more in older times known as Nusantara, they've been having their own Islamic tradition including their own traditional structure of Islamic religious authorities. So they were all traditionally connected each other in a sort of hierarchical structure of authority, functioning as Islamic religious leadership in the archipelago for centuries. Now, back then, in early 20th century, as I said, they were seeing a global civilizational change is coming, so they were thinking about an initiative to anticipate the coming change and to start an effort to develop their capacity so that they can also contribute in the supposedly new construct of civilization that was about to emerge, about to be born and emerge back then. So after that, within this context of thought and vision, the ulamas then were deeply and directly involved in the struggle for the independence of Indonesia, and also, in establishing and shaping the construct of state that was established in 1945. So as you can see, despite of the fact that these ulamas were proponent of the classical Islamic teachings and discourse, and even experts and the bearers of authority on the classical Islamic teachings, they agreed the decision to create Indonesia as a nation state, a national state, a national pluralistic state, and not an Islamic state. Such decision was based on certainly religious consideration, because they were ulamas, they were bearers of the religious authority. So their decision was based on their consideration, their calculation and studies, with regards of the teachings of the religion. But yet they agreed to create a national state and not an Islamic state, not a theocracy. And this is something that unprecedented. In various other newborn states in Islamic world, you can see that almost all of them were established as Islamic state. It might be a democracy, a republic, but an Islamic republic, right? Or Islamic kingdom, things like that. But Indonesia is a nation state, the unitary nation of Indonesia, of the Republic of Indonesia. There's no, religious labeling whatsoever in that. While Indonesia was already for centuries, a Muslim majority society. So this is a unique model of a state, emerging after World War II, and heavily initiated by Muslim leaders in Indonesia. Now, so the vision, to make a summary, the vision of the ulamas, who were the founding fathers of this organization, the Nahdlatul Ulama, is to have a global civilization that would be no longer threatened by a prolonged or an eternal conflicts and military competition. Because what the world had before was a total warring state, and even the world was a jungle of militarily competing identities. It's not just between Islam and the others, but also between different branches of Christianity, for example. We had in the past an endless war between, for example, the British and the Dutch, out of different religious claim, for example, while they were all Christians, and also Spain and the Portuguese and the French and so. It was like the world was a jungle of competing power, claiming to be representing identities. That's what's happened in the past, So our ulamas were thinking that we don't want that more. We do not want that anymore. We want a world that should be more stable and secure for everybody, and leave the history of identity competition in the past. So if we then were asked about what kind of defense that we have in mind, what kind of a model of defense strategy that we have in mind, we were thinking about more of international order than just our own military capacity. So for us, defense should be more a matter of international order than just competition of military capacity among different countries. Because when you compete over military capacity, because of that doctrine, what is it? I forgot the Latin words, but if you want peace, you have to prepare for war. That's the doctrine, right? But if everybody is prepared for war, then it is war coming. That's what we think. So what we need then is an international order that would guarantee more stability, global stability and security. And for that, then we need an international order that is truly just and harmonious, that is founded upon respect for the equal right and dignity of every human being. This is a concept that is very new even for, the Islamic orthodoxy itself. Because Islamic orthodoxy is mostly based on the classical discourse of Islamic teachings. And equality between Muslim and non-Muslim is certainly not there. It's just as the equality between the white European people and the native Indonesian was not there under the Dutch occupation in Indonesia, in East Indies. Such equality was not there everywhere in the world before. Just after the international consensus expressed in the United Nations charters, the world, was starting to move forward to have a true equal right and dignity of every human beings. So now, Nahdlatul Ulama, and we want to strive together with our nation, the Republic of Indonesia, for to foster the emergence, to contribute in fostering the emergence of a truly just and harmonious world order founded upon the respect for the equal right and dignity of every human beings. So I really hope that the opportunity of this meeting would connect, our people, especially those who are most in charge, for the Indonesian defense management from our Ministry of Defense, with our friends here from the Royal College, the Royal Academy, so that then we can have create dynamics of relationships to work together for our shared interest for a more secure and stable global community. So welcome to this gathering, and we hope you enjoy this meeting together. You can also meet with our militia here. They are militia, but militia for them is just an idea of having fun. So it's not that serious of a militia, but they are ready if the nation call, whatever the nation wants them to do.